What's up, YouTube? This time I'm reviewing Timeline. So, Timeline is basically an educational style card game, and I know sometimes when you hear the word educational, that sort of puts you off a little bit unless that's what you're looking for. But Timeline is actually a really great game that integrates education with fun. So let's get into the overview and I'll kind of explain how it works. So in Timeline, you basically have this deck of cards, and in this particular game, I have American history out, and as you can see, there are several different ones. I believe I have them all. There's historical events, inventions, Americana, American history, music and cinema, science and discoveries. Basically, you try to guess where in the timeline. So at the beginning of the game, you stick one card out on the timeline. And basically, I'd get another card and say, well, the death of Wild Bill Hickok, where does that go in the timeline? So you take a guess. Does it go before or after the event? And if you make a right guess and you say, oh, it goes there, you're correct. If you make a wrong guess, you discard the card and you draw a new card. First person to get rid of their entire hand is the winner of the game. Now, as I said, there's not much to this game. Component-wise, you have these cards, and you have instructions, and you have this tin box. So, as far as components goes, I mean, these cards, these are very good cards. They're small cards, but they're very good. The artwork, it's a sort of a realistic painting style artwork, and it really works well for these games. I definitely think the components are of high quality. This game is like the easiest game in the world to teach anybody. I mean, you literally, other than a few, general rules that you have to go over, I mean, I pretty much explained it to you. You pick a card and you decide where it goes in the timeline. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you have to try again later with a different card. So as far as learning goes, this is like the easiest game to teach anybody. Fantastic for learning curve. Anybody can learn this game, even kids. It's great. Is the game fun? It is. It actually is fun. As I said, normally when you hear education, you don't also think fun. But, as an adult, you go into this game thinking when these events happen, and I'm not like a great historian, so it's fun. And as the timeline begins to spread out, it gets really tough to hone in on those dates. When you have a small timeline and you start out, it's fun to sort of refresh on some of these events and things, and there's obviously different categories, and it's certainly for an educational style game, education-based game, it's very fun. So overall grade, what does it get? Well, I'm going to give it an A. I mean, I've kind of talked it up. You might think I would give it an S, but I'm going to give it an A because while it is great fun, it's not the greatest game. It's not my go-to game. It's fun to pull out once in a while, but it's not the top of the mountain. But with that being said, it is a fantastic game, and I would definitely recommend getting it. I mean, you have all these different versions, and if you really want to, you actually can mix and match them. So that's a cool feature, and like I said, it's just a great sort of historical game that allows you to have fun with education. So you can play this with kids. The little kids, if they don't know their history, they might not be able to get the right answers. But it is a way for them to learn their historical timeline. So over repetition and seeing the cards, they begin to sort of remember the dates and things. So definitely recommend this game. Subscribe to my channel. Check out more review videos, and stay up to date with what I'm doing on my Facebook page. And as always, keep YouTubing it up.